Hey, what's up, my Division fam? How you feeling this morning? Today I woke up to this tweet from the Division game revealing its roadmap and that we, ladies and gentlemen, are coming upon year 5 of the Division 2. That's pretty astonishing, in a way that really illustrates the commitment you, the Division community, have for this game. There are very few games who have such a die-hard community. Let's not forget about the YouTubers who've been covering this game through all the dry phases, even the latest and longest one. And hold on a second, I have a theory, and it might actually be true, but hear me out. The latest dry phase, where the devs were silent for over a year, I really believe that Ubisoft Massive had to really sit back and think of whether or not it was worth it to continue the Division franchise. During that time, employee allocation to whatever big project had to be decided, like who's going to Avatar, who's going to Star Wars. Then, after all of that, they ask, well, what about the Division 2? Then, they began to think about how many views, so many videos these YouTubers would get despite the game not being supported by the devs at the time. I can testify to this because I was one of them. Even with viewers commenting, saying, bro, cover another game. This game is dead. You're wasting your talent. This, that, and the third. I mean, look at the videos I published at that time and look at the views. That's only me. Think of everyone else that you know of. That's hundreds of thousands of views. In a time of almost 2 years of radio silence, something unheard of, especially in a live service game, it would have been a crime for the devs to not continue on. So this small team was decided for us, and we're here. Another roadmap. Let's go over it. Then I'll talk about my speculations. This is all in December and in the first quarter of next year. The Dark Path apparel event. Remember that creepy baby mask? They didn't show anything else except that, so I'm curious to see what else they have in store for us. I'll be honest, the last apparel event we had, you know, the specialization outfits, about half of those outfits are fire. So I'm looking forward to what they have for us in this one. And it says here that we got the Lucky League coming with General Anderson's Manhunt. I thought that General Anderson was before that. I guess I was under the impression that we'd be getting Dr. Home exotic rifle sooner. I guess not. Oh well. Then they just reiterate that winter season is coming with season 11, then year 5. And with that comes Descent. Now, I want to talk about this, okay? The new game mode that is actually getting some really good reviews and feedback. You know, people really want to play this game mode, including me. It's definitely something different, and I can't really imagine what it'll be like based on its description. That's how I know it's going to be good, because nothing like this has ever been done in the Division yet. It's inspired by the roguelike genre. Now, I know that a lot of you have no idea what that is. No disrespect, but you guys are Division heads, and most of you don't even play anything else. That's okay though. But let me tell you exactly what it's like. Roguelike is a subgenre of role-playing computer games traditionally characterized by a dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, grid-based environment, and permadeath of the player character. Now, let me tell you why this is really good in something like the Division 2. First of all, it's not turn-based. All combat in the Division 2 is real-time, which makes every engagement way more sweaty and intense. So surviving encounters that would otherwise result in certain death are what give us those memorable experiences. Now, when you start a session, the mode takes away your gear. It's not available to you until you leave the session. You start from scratch. So what does this mean? Well, our survival is based on our skills. This is why I said I can't imagine how it'll be. What are skills without gear, right? We always make builds with a combination of gear and skills, right? But as you descend, I'm pretty sure they'll have procedurally generated levels like the roguelike state. But my only request for this is that the devs have a lot more variety than they did on Summit. That skyscraper did not feel like one. Until we actually got to the top floors, almost every floor looked the same, and it didn't pull me in. It didn't immerse me in the experience. I mean, who's with me on this? It felt redundant and repetitive. I'm hoping that Descent offers more variety. Now hear me out, developers, because I know you watch our videos. Please, let this be an opportunity to make a new game mode great. Carefully look at the mistakes made from previous modes like Summit and others in order to learn from them. Hopefully, we get a W out of this one. One more thing. And this is just one of my speculations. I said before that I'd never get my hopes up about Division Heartland anymore, but for this, it just makes sense that they'd release it early next year. From what I hear, the game seems complete. And honestly, if they don't release Heartland around that time, it wouldn't shock me, but it wouldn't make sense if they don't either. Do you think it'll be released anytime soon? Anyways, tell me your thoughts about all of what I said down below. I appreciate you listening to the end, and tell me, what are you looking forward to the most from the roadmap? Oh, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.